Let's stop pretending and start getting honest. This is Unfiltered.
Welcome back to CC Unfiltered, and let's get one thing straight because I'm not here to whisper. This episode is not gonna be as soft and lighthearted as the first one. I'm about to call you the fuck out. Because you are not healing, you're just hiding behind pretty routines so no one can question how fucked up you still are. And yes, I know, you go to the gym, but only to run from your emotions. You eat clean, but your soul is still bitter. You do your skincare, take your vitamins, post your quiet little mornings, but you still talk shit and ghost anybody that gets too close to you. And I hate to break it to you, but that is not healing. That's curation, that is image management, that's just aesthetic pretending to be transformation. You are not growing, you're just getting better at looking like you have. And to be honest, social media makes it easy, right? Post a quote, light a candle, say, protecting my peace, while you're actually just being avoidant and passive aggressive as fuck. But hey, slap a filter on your breakdown and call it growth. But let me be clear. Healing isn't soft. It's rage, it's grief, it's guilt. It's crying in your room and realizing you were the toxic one. It's texting somebody to apologize when your ego would rather die. And it's also deleting that number, not for attention, but because you finally respect yourself enough to walk away. And that is not aesthetic, it's not easy, and it's definitely not marketable. And that is exactly why no one shows you this part, because real healing, it makes you ugly before it makes you beautiful. That shit strips you, it humbles you, it demands accountability and not applause. So next time you say, I'm healing, please ask yourself, are you healing or are you just building a better looking version of your broken self? So let's talk about the world we've built online. This whole AI and talking to algorithms thing. It works because we're already doing it every single day with social media. And I know you're sick because I'm talking about social media again. But we have to talk about it. Let's be real. You post a thought, hoping it lands. You post a selfie, hoping someone sees the sadness behind your eyeliner. And you post that day in my life that's carefully crafted to look effortless. But the truth is, you are not sharing, you are performing. The captions you write are the inner child begging to be validated. And the playlist you post is the cry for comfort you won't say out loud. The little quote you upload is the apology you're too proud to send. And we've successfully turned our online presence into a therapy session with no therapist. A cry for help that people like and react to but never hear. And babe, it gets worse because now we don't just feel things, we post them. We don't just go through pain, we document it, we edit it, we color correct it, we write a poetic caption, and then we upload our grief for fucking engagement. And I want you to sit with that thought and tell me that that's not fucked up. But have you ever noticed that? You're in the middle of a breakdown, but you pause to pick the right song for your story. You feel like shit, but you make sure the lighting looks soft before hitting record. And you post your open journal, but you haven't written a fucking sentence into that since your last photo dump. And most of the times you're not sharing your healing, you're literally staging your heartbreak. And to be honest, that's not real, that's production. Social media has taught us that if no one sees it, it never happened. And if no one claps, it wasn't real growth. And we don't even know if we're sad anymore, or just addicted to being perceived as complicated. We make anxiety into an aesthetic, we glorify burnout, we turn trauma into a brand strategy, and we turn silence into red flags. Grief into 3-second transitions with trending audio, and the algorithm, it rewards us for it. And I'm gonna give you some examples. You post your gym routine with an angry playlist, but you haven't had a real emotional conversation in months. You talk about boundaries, but really, you're just being cold and shut people out. You caption your story healing era while still texting the same man that made you cry last week. Girl, please. You repost quotes, but you ghost the people who hold you accountable. And you say you're working on yourself, but the only thing you're committed to is your next aesthetic Instagram picture. If that hit, good, because this is the part they don't teach you on TikTok. You say you want connection, you want intimacy, you want to feel seen, but hey, you don't answer messages unless they flatter you. You ghost people that check in too deeply. And you crave closeness, but panic when somebody actually sees you. And that is not healing, that is not growth, that is emotional control with better lighting. We all say we want real, but real is fucking scary. Because real isn't always likable. It isn't always pretty. It doesn't always match your feed. But you know what? That's where the actual healing happens. In the moments where you're not being watched, not being praised, and not being fucking perceived. Just you, in your mess, owning your shit, choosing differently, quietly. And please think about it. Sit with this and reflect on yourself, because that's what we're here for. This was today's CC Unfiltered. No filter, no trigger warning, just truth. And if this made you flinch, then maybe, just maybe, you needed to hear it. Because healing isn't soft and it's not cute and it's not something you do in matching PJs with your coffee in your hand. Healing is rage, it's release, it's silence, it's choosing not to repulse your pain because this time you're finally learning how to sit with it. And if you want a version of yourself that actually lasts, you better start building it offline. This was CC Unfiltered. Mic off, mouth unfiltered. See you next time.